A student who had graduated years ago visited her high school class teacher. As soon as the teacher heard her introduction, he became fierce. A memory from more than 10 years ago suddenly came to his mind when Do-Hyun was bullied by her classmates because her family had no power or influence. She was even beaten up by this teacher. After 18 years, Do-Hyun returned to the teacher. The corners of her mouth were raised, but she didn't smile at all. She asked the teacher if she remembers who she is. She said that she was also a teacher now. Jack is shocked. He couldn't believe that the girl he bullied back then had gotten into college. Do-Hyun knows everything she has today to Jack's education, so Do-Hyun handed him flowers to thank him. Jack immediately covered his mouth and nose. Because he has asthma, he can't touch flowers, especially lilies. However, the lilies were specially chosen by Do-Hyun for him. Do-Hyun has been trying to get close to Jack's son Lee since he was in college for this day. Do-Hyun pretended to be ignorant as a new student and asked Lee for help many times. She naturally established a relationship with Lee. Do-Hyun met Lee again years after graduation when she learns that Lee is preparing for the civil service exam. She knows that the revenge plan can be started. Do-Hyun's admiration for Lee is evident in all her words. She said she sincerely prayed and hoped Lee would pass the civil service exam. Do-Hyun's flirtatious eyes made Lee forget that he was married for a while. He complimented Do-Hyun on her beautiful eyes after drinking. Do-Hyun says that her legs are more beautiful. She finally arrived when Lee passed the civil service preliminary exam. Do-Hyun chose this day to visit her former high school teacher Jack. She pretended to have a chance encounter with Lee. He then realizes that Do-Hyun is his father's former student. Lee is still naively sighing at the wonders of fate, but Jack senses a conspiracy in Do-Hyun's stiff smile. Do-Hyun turns to Lee to congratulate him on his civil service exam. Lee also told his father that he will be able to join the job as soon as it passes the political review. Do-Hyun immediately took over the conversation and said in a strange way, Lee comes from a family of excellent educators. The day she submitted her application for withdrawal from school, the teacher even took off her watch. Jack immediately told her to shut up and scolded her. Jack was afraid that Do-Hyun would talk about the violence he had inflicted on her and lost his temper. He picked up the flowers and threw them at Do-Hyun. He didn't think he was at fault even at this moment. He thought that even if Do-Hyun ruined his life, she wouldn't be happy. She said that Jack never worried about his own life when he destroyed hers. Do-Hyun remained calm in the face of his madness. She had been waiting for this day for a long time. At this moment, everything was seen by the neighbors. Lee was afraid of his reputation and rushed to push his father back into the house.